They're the best of the worst. Or are they the worst of the best? Either way, they're awful.
It's my fault I got a shoplift at the Little Tyke section of Goodwill.
I'm not talking about your clothes.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Razzie award-winning movies.
Hide, Sam!
For this list, we're focusing on films that took home Golden Raspberry Awards and have ranked them depending on their infamy, cult status, and our own personal preferences.
If word of that were to get out, well, I could lose my job.
There are a couple of spoilers throughout, though we guarantee you aren't missing out on much with these films.
I want to become a guru so girls will like me. Then I will like myself.
Number 10, The Love Guru.
Oh! How did you get there? This little guy scared the crap out of me.
Mike Myers has always been a symbol of comedy. He was a king in his own right on SNL, brought the red-hot mojo of super spy Austin Powers to life, and was a household name as the voice of Shrek.
Oh, that's nice. Now let's go!
Then it all came crashing down with this career-killing outing.
In my book, I know you are, but what am I? I explain that when love goes wrong, nothing goes right.
As a self-help guru who specializes in relationships, he tries to help a star hockey player win back his wife from the poorly cast Justin Timberlake.
Did someone order the special Quebec pizza? You know, like in the porno.
The flick is filled with jokes that fall flat, painfully obvious innuendos, and even more painful cameos. Which is probably why it won the most Razzies at the 2009 ceremony, including Worst Picture, Worst Actor, and Worst Screenplay. Good thing Myers had Inglourious Bastards to fall back on.
What should we drink to, sir? Well, down with Hitler.
Number 9, Wild Wild West.
That'll get you killed.
With the budget and star power this movie had, this could have been a fun family film. Instead, it seemed like a wasted effort that really didn't know what it wanted to be or who to aim it at.
How nice of you to join us tonight and add color to these monochromatic proceedings.
Well, when a fella comes back from the dead, I find that an occasion to stand up, be counted.
You have people getting beheaded, racist slurs, and Salma Hayek's butt on display. But you also have a giant mechanical spider and Kenneth Branagh as a legless, over-the-top villain.
Why, y'all look like you seen a ghost.
With so much mismatching, it's no wonder this film ended up getting ripped apart. So much so that it took home a whopping 5 Razzies in 2000, including Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, and Worst Picture.
Oh, and I swear, none of the other white folks will know I'd rather shoot myself than play your damn manservant.
While the theme song was awfully catchy, this was the movie that prevented Will Smith from playing Neo in The Matrix. Bogus.
Leap into my arms. No.
Number 8, Freddy Got Fingered.
What in the name of sweet breakfast meats are you doing?
There's comedy that has a surreal edge to it, there's comedy that successfully blends gross-out humor into its narrative, and then there's Freddy Got Fingered.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Tom Green directs and stars in this grotesque and mishandled plot as an immature cartoonist whose stoner antics are agonizing to watch.
He's a molester. He's a child molester.
A false accusation of his father molesting his younger brother, swinging newborns, animal carcasses everywhere, a strange obsession with jerking off animals. The list of reasons why you should avoid this film goes on and on.
Oh, look, honey, our boy's a genius.
But at the top of the list, it took home 5 Razzies in 2002, including Worst Actor for Tom Green, Worst Screen Couple for Tom and any animal he abuses, and Worst Picture.
How the f*** did you afford all this? Where'd you get the money?
I got a job.
Throughout the entire runtime, all we can do is feel sorry for Rip Torn for starring in such a cinematic abomination.
Well, see, there's been a change in plans. Figured instead of following my dream of being an animator, I'm just gonna give up.
Number 7, Saving Christmas.
I love Christmas. I admit it, I love everything about Christmas time.
Do you enjoy the holidays? Opening presents with your family and having a merry time? Well, turns out you've been doing it all wrong.
Now see Christmas through new eyes.
Luckily, Kirk Cameron is here to educate us all on how to make amends and celebrate properly.
Let me show you how a real defender of the faith does it.
Even if you ignore the underlying preachy Christian message, the choppy camera work and editing, lack of a real narrative, and random dance sequences in this movie drain all joy out of the festive season.
And by the way, he was not born in December. This is not what Christmas is all about.
Not that we expected much from a film that got a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and won 4 Razzies in 2015, including Worst Director and Worst Picture. If you're looking for a movie to get into the Christmas spirit, you may want to look elsewhere.
So what are we supposed to do?
Number 6, I Know Who Killed Me.
Is that all I am to you? Just something to relax you before the game?
Post Mean Girls, everything cinematically fell apart for Lindsay Lohan. If that was her goal, then starring in this nonsensical thriller that lacked any kind of thrills was certainly the right way to go about it.
So my finger got cut off, but nobody did it. Who's gonna believe that? Look at you, you don't even believe it.
Once again portraying 2 characters at once, Lohan's Aubrey is supposedly killed during the opening act, only to be discovered alive and with no recollection of the event, insisting she's another person entirely.
I think I'm Aubrey's twin sister.
How are they related? Why do they share the same wounds? You won't get a clear answer to those questions, but you may have a better idea as to why the film took home 8 Razzies in 2008, where Lohan not only won Worst Actress for each of her characters, but won for Worst Screen Couple with herself as well.
Go f*** yourself.
Number 5, Howard the Duck.
I bet you were born from a very hard-boiled egg, Ducky.
Long before George Lucas upset many Star Wars fans with the prequels, he gave us this little gem.
Hey, we've got a saying on my planet. If God intended us to fly, he wouldn't have taken away our wings.
Based on the quirky, foul-mouthed Marvel property, Howard the Duck shows us how not to adapt a comic character to film.
Every duck's got his limit, and you scum have pushed me over the line.
Transported from his own world of sentient ducks to Earth in the 1980s, we follow our feathered protagonist as he gets into bar fights, battles horrific CGI, and shreds like Jimi Hendrix. Still doesn't sound that bad? Well, there was that one scene where Howard almost has sex with a human woman. Still not swayed? You see a duck with massive boobs in the first 5 minutes.
I'm such a lucky girl in love.
For these reasons, among many others, it took home 4 awards in 1987, including Worst New Star, Worst Visual Effects, and Worst Picture.
I can't believe this planet. Fried eggs, yuck!
Number 4, Gigli.
Don't pay no attention.
She thinks I'm beautiful.
Yeah, she's blind in one eye.
The fact the 2 actors are considered a power couple and have a lot of hype surrounding them may help your movie, but don't assume it's a good substitute for actual cognitive storytelling, character development, or general likability.
In every relationship, there's a bull and a cow. It just so happens that in this relationship right here with me and you, I'm the bull. You're the cow.
Despite Ben Affleck and J-Lo's relationship status, their on-screen chemistry, sexual or otherwise, dissolved when we were presented with horrendous lines like this.
It's turkey time.
Huh?
With no real sense of danger in a supposed gangster movie, and no concept of romance in a movie that's all about Bennifer, no one comes out of this film unscathed.
Say no more.
Especially not the film stars, who took home the Worst Actor and Worst Actress awards, Worst Screen Couple, and even Worst Comedy of the Razzies' first 25 years in 2005.
Wake up! This is the 21st century!
Number 3, Catwoman.
Catwoman. You heard of her?
Oh yeah. Hot. Black leather. Whip.
You want to know how to get everything fundamentally wrong about a character? Look no further than the time Halle Berry donned the tight S&M-style catsuit.
You don't believe everything you see on TV, do you?
Even if you exclude everything about the Batman myth and try to see it as a standalone film, you still have magical cats that can bring people back to life, Halle Berry getting aroused by catnip, and makeup that gives you superpowers.
Now, beauty doesn't just hide the effects of aging, it actually reverses them.
The plot is nonsensical, the characters are flat, and to add insult to injury, it gave us an equally atrocious tie-in video game.
If there's one thing I hate about shopping after hours, it's competition.
The film took home 4 Razzies in 2005, including Worst Director and Worst Picture, as well as Worst Actress for Halle Berry, where she became the first actress to accept the award in person.
You be a nice kitty now.
Number 2, Jack and Jill.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
Yep, you all knew that Adam Sandler would show up here eventually.
Face it! We shared mom's womb. We were roommates.
Oh, that is just disgusting.
While Sandler has given us numerous cinematic blunders, we had to single out the time he thought laughing like a hyena while dressed in drag would actually serve as comedy.
Hey, listen, you gotta pick a username, Jill, so just do that. A username? How about Manilow? Because he could use me anytime he wants to.
There's nothing more uncomfortable than watching Sandler switch between his so-called characters at the expense of Al Pacino, who has to act like he's attracted to Jill and then a dolled-up Jack.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I'm sure you have others, though.
You'd think it, but oddly enough, I don't.
The film is incredibly predictable, and the laughs are non-existent, causing it to win a total of 10 Razzies in 2012, securing the record for the most Razzie Awards given to a single film.
Burn this.
I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
Aside from that accomplishment, it also lowered the bar in terms of what we expect from an Adam Sandler movie.
Pagogo, where's the knight?
You'll just have to see, Jill. Come on.
There's a knight? Oh my God, there's a knight! There's a knight! There's a knight!
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
Will you poop on me?
What?
Will you poop on me?
What are you? Wait, what did you say?
I trust you. I feel like you're my soulmate.
How much mail can a dead postman deliver? It's over.
Then I'll take it.
No.
The adventure is just starting for you, my friend. Just wait till my lawyer speaks to your captain.
Number 1, Battlefield Earth.
Excuse me, but I am your instructor.
Prepare to be baffled on every conceivable level. This film contributed to the bankruptcy of its production company and had the esteemed distinction of holding the most Razzie Awards for a solid decade.
Stupid humans.
With obvious links to Scientology, an even more obviously tight budget, and John Travolta acting as over-the-top as possible, Battlefield Earth fails before it even gets off the ground.
I've wasted my time, haven't I?
The camera work is constantly slanted. Every scene ends with a wipe cut, and the plot holes are large enough to fly a spaceship through.
Of course. And it had nothing to do with the fact that it could allow you to cut the workers' pay.
The film took home 7 Razzies in 2001, including Worst Picture, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay, as well as Worst Picture of the Decade in 2010.
May the gods be with you.
Travolta may have set out to floor audiences with an epic sci-fi film, but all he managed to do was create an intergalactic catastrophe.
As you are listening to me, I most likely do not exist, as we may have been exterminated.
Do you agree with our list? What do you think is the number 1 Razzie Award-winning movie?
Sounds to me like he just wants you to accept him as your son, to approve of him and what he wants to do with his life. Now, how does that make you feel?
With new top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
But I figured since I helped get you into all this, the least I could do was offer you a ride out of town.